Vasily Lomachenko is quickly building a reputation as one of the greatest boxers in a generation, and with under 10 professional fights. Why is self-evident. The question is how. How does Lomachenko make everyone else look like they're standing still, while he looks like Neo in the Matrix? The answer is both genius and surprisingly simple. It's well known that Lomachenko uses his incredible footwork to find a dominant angle from which to attack. But the secret lies in how he does this. But to understand that, you have to first understand that this boxer fights like he's playing a game of chess. Every step is pre-planned, and he knows exactly what his opponent's reaction will be before he does. He misdirects his competitor's attention, eliminates their ability to retaliate, and makes sure that no matter what the opponent's next move is, it always ends in checkmate. And he does so using one of the least talked about skills in fighting. Lomachenko takes his opponent's most valuable tool. More than his footwork, more than his speed, and more than his power, a fighter needs his vision. Lose track of your adversary's position for 1 split second, and you'll pay. When it comes to vision, a defensive boxing guard is a bit like a medieval knight's helmet. There are only small slots to see through, usually 1 in the front, and 2 on either side. If you can cover these slots, the fighter's left in the dark. Lomachenko uses his competitor's own defense against them. He coaxes his opponents to cover up tightly, blocks their remaining vision, moves off angle, and then throws. Let's look at an example of how he sets up one of his most impressive sequences, what I like to call the Matador. First, his jab causes his competitor to shell up. Then he feints with his backhand, but unlike an ordinary feint, he keeps his hand in place as he moves to the outside, blocking the front eye slot. He makes sure to keep his hand in their line of sight as he moves away. If all they can see through the small gap in their guard is his hand, they assume the rest of him is still there too. This means that Lomachenko is using his glove the same way a matador uses his cape against a charging bull. The fact this trick works is nothing short of astonishing. As I said before, brilliant and amazingly simple. I can't imagine how frustrating this must be for his opponents, not to mention painful. Lomachenko also likes to block the vision slots on the side of the guard, using his glove, forearm, or shoulder. This traps his adversary's arms in place, protecting him from counters. He can also control their head or pull down their guard. He doesn't need his opponent to cover up to block their vision. He can simply cross one hand over his competitor's eye and then attack with his other hand. As his opponent's eyes get more and more swollen, vision control becomes easier and easier. But one question remains. How does Lomachenko look like he's defying the laws of physics when he pivots and shuffles to his opponent's side? Well, part of the answer to that is that he's just really, really good. But another is that he leans his weight on his opponent's back while shuffling. This keeps his competitors immobile, and I suspect it has a lot to do with his footwork looking like he's breaking the rules of the Matrix. For all of his physical abilities, Lomachenko's most important attribute is his mind. He follows the first tenet from Sun Tzu's The Art of War. If you know the enemy, and you know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. I'll be putting out a companion video soon, where I demonstrate step by step, with a partner, the techniques in this video. We'll go a lot more in depth, so subscribe if you'd like to see that video, or other technique breakdowns of other fighters like this one. For the Modern Martial Artist, this has been David Christian, wishing you happy training.